Welcome back. Today, our explainer is going to focus entirely on ACIM, lesson 142. And specifically, we're doing a deep dive into review lessons 123 and 124. If you've been following along with the text, the review lessons are where the rubber really meets the road. It's where we get to pause, consolidate everything we've learned, and let these massive concepts truly sink into our daily awareness. So grab a comfortable seat, take a deep breath, and let's just get right into it.
Right off the bat, we're presented with the two specific focal points for today. I'm going to read these out loud, nice and slow, and I just want you to let the profound simplicity of these statements settle in your mind for a second. Lesson 123, I thank my Father for his gifts to me. And lesson 124, let me remember I am one with God. Now, these aren't just your standard daily affirmations, right? They're meant to be total, radical shifts in how we actually perceive our place in the universe.
Now, the overarching theme tying those two lessons together is honestly fascinating. The text tells us, my mind holds only what I think with God. And I really want to make this totally understandable for everyone watching today, no matter what your background is. Think of this phrase as the ultimate operating system for your brain. It's basically suggesting that your true mind, your core, authentic self, is only actually functioning when it's perfectly aligned with thoughts of ultimate truth. Everything else, it's just static.
Okay, so let's unpack that word for a minute, because the word God can obviously carry a lot of heavy theological baggage depending on how you grew up. To truly grasp lesson 142, we kind of need to strip away the jargon. In the context of this explainer, when we say God, we're talking about a universal sanctuary. We're talking about ultimate peace, boundless, unconditional love, and a unifying truth that connects literally every living thing. It's a state of absolute grace, and it is available to every single one of us, right here, right now. To apply this practically, imagine your mind is this highly advanced filter. Thoughts with God are the clean, pure water passing through. These are your moments of deep peace, that unshakable joy, the feeling of real connection with others, and objective truth. On the flip side, we have what the text calls illusions. This is the fear, the daily anxiety, that nagging feeling of being totally isolated or separated from everyone else, the non-stop stress of the modern world. The lesson is teaching us that the anxiety and the fear aren't actually real components of your true mind. They're just glitches, illusions that we can actively choose to let go of.
Moving into lesson 123, which focuses on receiving gifts.
When we say, I thank my Father for his gifts to me, what exactly are we thanking the universe for? Well, the text makes it crystal clear that we are not talking about material objects here. We aren't expressing gratitude for a shiny new car or a big promotion at work, as awesome as those things are. The gifts mentioned here are profound states of being. We're talking about deep, unshakable inner peace. We're talking about true spiritual vision, like the ability to look right past someone's flaws and see their inherent worth. These gifts are boundless joy and a recognition of a life force that goes way beyond the physical. These are the real gifts we're meant to be focusing on today.
And that takes us to our second focus, lesson 124, unity with God.
So, let me remember I am one with God. This is all about dissolving that illusion of separation we were just talking about. The crucial point here is understanding what this unity actually feels like in your day-to-day life. When you truly internalize that you are one with that universal peace and love, the text says you feel completely safe. Your protection is guaranteed. But the cool part is, it's not just an internal feeling. It becomes active. The source material beautifully describes that when you're in this state, you radiate a healing light to literally everything you touch. You become this walking beacon of tranquility for everyone you run into, whether that's at the grocery store, sitting in traffic, or just at your kitchen table.
So how do we actually get there? Well, the text outlines a brilliant, naturally unfolding process. Step 1 is simply a choice in perception. You choose to see only the loving and the lovable in the situations and people around you. When you do that, step 2 naturally kicks in. You watch your own internal pain, and the pain in those around you just give way to peace. And finally, step 3, as you heal your own mind, you heal the world right along with yourself. Your internal shift literally alters the reality of the world you interact with. It's a real game changer.
Let's talk about your daily practice schedule.
Now, it's one thing to talk about all this beautiful spiritual philosophy, but how do we actually wire it into our brains? Thankfully, the text doesn't just leave us hanging. It gives us a concrete, actionable daily practice schedule. Let's look at exactly what's being asked of you today. Here's your checklist. First, frequency. Once a day, you are asked to devote a solid half hour to the core thought of your unity with this universal peace. Just 30 minutes. Second, on an hourly basis throughout your day, you're simply going to pause and repeat those specific core phrases. It's a beautifully structured approach. The 30 minutes gives you that deep dive, and the hourly repetitions keep you anchored as you navigate your crazy schedule.
Now I know what some of you are probably thinking. 30 minutes of meditation can sound incredibly intimidating, but look at this reassurance directly from the text. Abide with him this half an hour, he will do the rest. There are absolutely no strict rules here, no special words you have to chant, you don't have to sit in a perfect lotus position or anything like that. You are simply asked to bring your mind to a state of quiet trust and peaceful reflection. You just show up and the process takes care of itself.
And honestly, this is perhaps the most encouraging part of the entire text. It guarantees that the benefit of this practice is absolute, even if your mind wanders the whole time and you feel literally nothing right away. The text uses this stunning visual metaphor, saying that this half hour will be framed in gold with every single minute like a diamond set around a mirror. The time you spend on this is incredibly valuable, and the profound realization of these truths will dawn on your mind exactly when you are ready to receive them. Absolutely no effort is wasted here.
All right, let's move to our final review and wrap-up.
As we draw this explainer to a close, I want to bring our focus right back to the center. The whole point of this review is to anchor these specific ideas so deeply that they become your new default way of thinking. So let's reiterate those main lesson statements for today one last time. 123, I thank my Father for his gifts to me. And 124, let me remember I am one with God. And remember the big umbrella over both of these. My mind holds only what I think with God. These are your tools for today. Take them, use them every hour, and sit with them for that dedicated half hour.
So, the only question left is, will you carry this profound peace into your day? I challenge you to try it out and just see how your interactions change. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want to keep exploring these concepts with us, please remember to like this explainer and subscribe to the channel. Have a peaceful, radiant day, and I'll see you in the next one.